Good morning, sir. My name is Bernard Taiket. Now I want to start my presentation. In question 1, by exploring how consumption tax affect consumer and the producer welfare in the free market at price P1, we have an efficient allocation represented by the sum of the consumer surplus and the producer surplus. When a tax is imposed, consumer now pay P2 while the producer receive P3. This creates a gap, reducing both consumer and producer surplus. The triangle labeled did well loss represent the loss in the total welfare due to the tax. This inefficiency arises because several transactions take place at the quantity Q2 compared to the free market outcome P1. Next is question 2. Let's estimate the effect of the tariff using a supply and a demand diagram. A tariff raises the price of import from the PW to PT. This leads to the decrease in import, reducing the quantity from the QW to QT. The tariff generates the government revenue shown by the T area, but also create a deadweight loss on both sides, represented by the share errors near QD2 and QT. These deadweight loss differ from the consumption tax because they are raised due to the domestic overproduction and the consumer underconsumption. Tariff distort international trade and cause market inefficiencies by the protecting domestic industry. Unlike the consumption tax, where primarily reduce the domestic transaction. So next, question 3. How generate AI could impact the inequality in the labor market? In the first scenario, where AI reduce inequality, we observe the labor market for the lower skilled worker. Here, AI may increase the demand for such workers by making their job more productive or accessible. This shift is illustrated by the demand curve moving from D1 to D2, increasing wages from W1 to W2. As a result, employment rise from Q1 to Q2. The increased demand narrows the wages gap, helping to reduce the inequality, particularly if the AI create more opportunities for the lower skilled worker. In the second scenario, generative AI increase the inequality. This is reflected in the labor market for higher skilled worker, where AI automate many tasks, reducing the need for less skilled labor. As a result, the supply curve shift right from S1 to S2, while demand for highly skilled worker rise, shifting the demand curve from the D1 to D2. This lead to the higher wages for the skill, represented by an increase from W1 to W2 and greater employment. However, those unable to adapt may face a surplus in the labor market, exacerbating wages inequality between high and low skilled workers. Next is question 4. Turning now to productivity, generate AI may increase the output in general. The increase may from Y0 to Y1 in this diagram indicate how the introduction for AI cause the aggregate supply AS curve to move to the right, resulting in lower production cost and higher output. The economy benefit from the median drop in price level that goes along with this. On the other hand, if the business are unable to unsuccessfully use AI, productivity might not increase noticeably, and the AS curve may not alter. How efficiently the company can use AI technologies to reach their full potential is the question at hand. Last is the last question, behavioral economy. Let's talk about the immediate gratification. People tend to favor instant pleasure, and unhealthy food like fast food provide quick satisfaction, making them more appealing in the moment. Next is a loss aversion. Many individuals feel losing the enjoyment of the taste or convenience when choosing the healthier food. This fear can make them reluctant to change their eating habit. Then we have a social norm and environment. The visibility and accessibility of unhealthy food in our surrounding, like parties or in store, make it more likely that people will choose this option over healthiness alternative. Finally, we can implement the behavioral solution. Strategy like the nudging can encourage better choice by making the healthy food more visible and accessible in our environment. So in conclusion, understanding this concept from the behavioral economy can help us design effective intervention to promote the healthiness eating habit. Thank you.